Very balanced guy. I think he was overlooked massively because of his size.
My theory on this pick and why John's so excited is because he's going to be... They see him as a potential future star on special teams.
Let's get to round 6 then. The second to last player, or penultimate player of this draft, Jerrick Reed II, the safety out of New Mexico. Again, a name that I'm not overly familiar with. Didn't look massively into the safeties this year just because of the depth we've got there and the addition of Julian Love as well. But this, again, John Schneider, it seems like he's the happiest pick that he's made in this draft is Jerrick Reed coming out of the draft. He seems absolutely over the moon with this pick and seems to think that this is a real steal. So I'll go with him on that. And it's hard to, you can see why when he's an honourable mention as an All-American choice. 94 tackles in 12 games, and he was named New Mexico's team MVP last season. So maybe we have got a little bit of a steal here at safety. Obviously, we're running with this 3 safety look, so you need depth at safety. Losing Ryan Neal as well. So yeah, I think there's a decent chance Jerrick Reed gets a decent amount of playing time this year. So for that, I'll give it a B+. Pez?
My theory on this pick and why John's so excited is because he's going to be... They see him as a potential future star on special teams. Like, he bangs. He's a banger, quick, like missile, loves targeting. I just think they're really excited because I think they could potentially see him as the leader of their special teams in the future. Like, Nick Bellaw's getting on in age now. How long can they keep him around for? And the one thing they mentioned about him pretty much straight away when being asked about him was special teams. Gunner in special teams player. I think that's why they are genuinely so excited, because they preach about, special teams can change games and stuff. So they definitely see him as a game changer on special teams. I think that's why they're so excited about him, and no one else knows about him. So I don't know too much about him personally. His highlights are class. He's a player I'll probably really get on board with. I'll just say B.
Yeah, it's hard not to get on board with it, not to love it. As a 6th round pick, you're drafting on traits, and you say if at the very least we found our future special teams captain going forward, then that's pretty decent value in the 6th round for how much Seattle does place their value on special teams. So yeah, it's a good point there. Josh?
I can honestly say I haven't done a lot of... It was just a completely surprise pick to me. And since the draft, I haven't had much time to look into these players. Extra safety help ain't going to, as Pez said, it's probably going to be good for special teams. I think Joey Blunt is going to take that step up to be in the rotation for the safety position. And this guy's probably just going to go in and, as Pez said, be a special teams hero. Go on, Jerrick Reed.
Like it.
Highest, I think... The highest you could see him is the way his play style is kind of like the Jamal Adams role, what we thought Jamal was going to do last year, seek and destroy on everything. He's your cheap Jamal Adams. In my opinion, I've got a theory on that, but obviously maybe when we talk about defense, I'll write it down and then I'll bring it up and see what you guys think.
Yeah, interesting. Mitch, your thoughts?
Yeah, very balanced guy. I think he was overlooked massively because of his size. I've got him down here as being a 3-position versatile guy, but in those 3 positions that I've got him down at, I haven't mentioned special teams. And if you consider that its own position, which you probably really should, he's a 4-position guy. He's nickel because of his outstanding coverage skills. His size makes him slightly less potent in those situations, but he still has fantastic skills there. Free safety because, again, coverage skills. Strong safety because he has a bit about him rushing. He's had some tackles for losses. He could be a box safety cover too. So I think he's more Quandre Diggs than he is Adams for me. He's a real ball hawk back there, and he's a smaller, sort of diminutive stature. But it's never stopped. I mean, what was the streak for Diggs? Is it 3 interceptions at least 5 seasons in a row as a shorter guy? short guys can do it in that position in the NFL. We've seen it firsthand. So I think the upside for where he can be is enormous. I think he can develop, and potentially when Diggs comes off the salary cap and we realize 33 million every year, and we've got someone like him that can maybe step into those shoes at a snippet of the price, maybe get 2 premium edge rushers with that salary cap.
Interesting.
There's room for him to take hold of a starting position within 2 years, I think, if he hits
Okay.
the ground running.